Hi Andy, how are you doing?
I am very good, man. It's been a very kind of intense, happy, intense, rough week. As you know, I'm also working on another new collection, and it's hard work. It's like a ton of work, especially when it involves um, contract mechanics, like minting in your own platform, and getting that connected into the other market platforms like OpenSea
Yeah.
contracts and the deployment and burning tokens and created it. It's
Yeah, you're doing with some really advanced stuff over there.
yeah. It's been a very well ride. We've learned like a ton in the past week, so we feel the work behind the scenes that went into the apes, for example, and the other generative art collections. So kudos to you guys for doing those.
Yeah, yeah. It might seem easy, like yeah, so someone just copies the stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of preparation and work on the background that most of us just can't see unless well we started doing it ourselves.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of info out there either. I'm not sure if it's because nobody actually is an expert yet on how to deal with these type of contracts for NFTs, or is it just that it's kind of like scarcity? People that do it kind of just want to keep it quiet, so not a lot of collections start popping out. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
kind of find the team and that team that has, if they haven't done it before, they have to kind of figure it out and tumble upon code and it's super intense work, but in the end I think that's why it's so appealing, because you have so much power through an NFT to create so many things way well beyond the actual image or gif or whatever you're putting there. It's a lot more that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's probably a combination of those that you said, and that's probably like the incentives are not so high on
Hmm.
those developers because well, like if you know how to do that, then you probably are super busy.
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
why would you actually publish it? But I think that maybe like, if some people are watching and maybe are not doing it, but have the right skills, like coding and stuff,
Hmm.
then maybe like learning the craft and actually starting to create some tutorials, some articles. It could be like a really nice niche because then well no one is doing that. So if you are the first, then even if you don't have like many followers or viewers, then when people start to looking for it like you did,
Hmm.
well those links will be first one to pop up, and when it explodes, yeah, you will be the one that takes it all. So the
There's actually somebody that's kind of trying to teach everybody about how to deal with
ah,
contract and collectible deployment. I think his Twitter handle is avatar. So he's deploying these little kind of pamphlets through tweet. They're images, but he does it on tweet threads, and it kind of explains how a good launch should go with NFT collectibles. And he's deployed. I think he just they his and him and his team just deployed a collection like a couple of days ago, and it sold out. I'm not sure if it was the bananas. Not sure. My bad if it's not that one, but he has experience, so he's one of the first, if not the first, that's starting to do that. So kudos to him. Thank you for doing that. We actually learned a few things from his
cool.
documents, so that's
Yeah.
awesome. And we hope to do something similar ourselves, since part of our collection is that we're gonna reinvest back into the NFT communities by doing more collectibles with our funds. Um, we're going to be teaching what we learned on how to create dynamic contracts and how to expand on those contracts by using our contract as a base for others, so they don't have to to go through the same problem we did.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Yeah, I tried to find this guy. I found
V,
V money
yeah,
or something.
VEE.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't remember. that's his name. I don't know if that's the handle. I think the BEE is the nickname he uses. You can probably just find it on some of my tweets or when I think I've tagged him a couple of times. But either way, so I
Right.
think what kind of just so you guys know the topic of today's. I don't know if Artific mentioned it, but
No,
we're
no, not
gonna
yet.
be talking about um, basically the reality behind making minting your art, what goes into it, what is how do you choose your pricing, what is a fair price for the collectible you're putting up, or the one piece, whatever you're doing, and what are other things that improve your NFT, as burning tokens and staking them, etc. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got him. He's actually, yeah, he's V, but the Twitter handle is the digital V. So,
That's him.
he
There
was
you go.
hidden.
Found him. Yeah.
But
He's
not
a dope guy. He's a real dope.
okay, guys. Yeah,
So
so check him out. He's
check him out
monkey
for
with a
sure.
banana. So you already know that he's
He
up to
was the
something.
bananas drop.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but he has
Okay.
avatar as the monkey and banana. So yeah, that's
Right,
cool.
right. Anyway, so V, thank you, dude. It's great that you're putting the info out there. So you're currently working on that collection from the cards, and I want to know a little bit more of what are you looking to do as you expand on it. Like I don't know if you're gonna start doing some burning or staking from those NFTs that you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually wanted to pick this topic because I just talk or reply to one person on one Discord, and had problem to sell the NFTs, and I think like it doesn't have to be always, but sometimes it can be because of the pricing. And she was
Yes.
very prolific. She really loved to go into a lot of different directions, different art styles, and she created a lot of artworks very quickly. So then, but she had then problem with maybe I'm creating like too much. So then she like deleted big part or burned big part of her collection to just not to have too much, so it
Right.
doesn't scare the collectors. But like I don't know. I think like for me, if someone creates a lot of art, that's great. It's like your style. So do it, share it with the world. But if like people are not buying it for 0.1 ETH or I don't know 0.002, so you can go 0.001 or even
Right.
even lower because I don't know, it's
Yeah.
always better to sell it even for like $1 then don't sell it at all. Or you can even like do giveaway, or if
Mm-hmm.
someone bought already some artworks from you, then you can do some airdrops to these early collectors from some other collection or other style that you have because they might like it as well. Or just like with the networks and chains that we have currently, you can do zero gas transactions. So people
Mm-hmm.
can really just buy some funny picture because they like it,
Yep.
and I don't know, pay $10 for it, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
$10 not too much, because like even if you are going to I don't know $100, then it's already it can be for many people the money that they have for like a whole month to live from.
True. True. Yeah. NFT collectors are not necessarily rich people. That's something that it's kind of different in the art world because people who used to collect art had the means for it, and now we with NFTs, art is just accessible. It's just there, and it's so simple to flip art through the internet because you have the whole world as a market, that anybody that we're getting tons of new people every day joining the NFT world that don't know anything. And like Artific said, if your price range is below, or what I mean, I wouldn't say below, but it's fair for somebody that is not an experienced collector, then you're gonna start getting those people into your platform. One thing that I see moving around the I call it the Twitter bar. It's just a freaking mess in there sometimes. So going inside the Twitter bar, then you get these characters that they start pointing out certain things. For example, what is a cool price tag? And I've heard a lot about the 888 price tag or the point 08 tag, that's what it should be, shouldn't be lower for blah blah reasons and whatnot. And I think that kind of gives a little bit of a, I would say, the wrong idea to new artists, because then the price is not attached to what they feel the artist's art is worth. They're just trying to mimic what these influencers are dropping in the Twitter bar.
Yeah, and I would like to say, especially on this one, that's we are talking like Twitter influencers and like dropping some knowledge bombs. I think it's almost like similar, like not everyone, but still it's like similar as this like financial advice. So if you
Yes.
can like go YouTube and ask someone for an advice, and
Yeah.
then you can Google like totally opposite advice, and you will find someone that will advise that for you.
Literally.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would actually maybe like to put here the links to Redbubble shop of NG Mantilla. We were actually doing an exhibition this was it Sunday, and it was quite interesting. And
Cool. Yeah.
yeah, but the thing is that a lot of artists, before they went to the NFT space, they actually started. They were doing like this sort of like, I don't know, stickers or just art on your T-shirt, and you can buy these from some affiliate shops,
Right.
like this, and then you are selling the art for like $1 for the sticker, and it's okay. But for some reason, it's not okay to sell it on NFT. That's which is just a link on the blockchain. Like, it doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, I keep saying to, like, my team, they are NFT virgins. Like they one of them, they hadn't even own a wallet, but he has 15 years plus experience in the back end code. So um, one thing that interests me is that there's a lot of people that don't know anything about this, and it just happens that they get stuck in what you're saying. They don't, they just keep following that track because it's what it's being spammed on Twitter, for example, or the other um, platforms.
Yeah, and like I'm not saying that if you are spending like a month to create something just beautiful, and
Yeah.
or if, you are creating or you are giving someone a contract that you will make an avatar for them, like you did, then
Mhm.
like of course it's a lot of work, and you will not sell it for $10 just to be able to sell it. But if you are just creating the art because you like it, and you are able to just create maybe or just
Mhm.
want to do one art per a day per 30 days, some of these challenges, then and you can create editions. Yeah, so you can have 10 editions, 100 editions, so then when you multiply it at the end, it can be quite a lot of money. And
That's
because
true.
if you just want to sell like one piece for like point 0.1 or 0.5 ETH, then you are just limiting the number of people that are able to buy it.
Yep. And
And
that brings us to scarcity.
yeah,
But a scarcity can be awesome, but it depends on how your collection works.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, so I'm doing like a sort of experiment with these artist cards that we are
Hmm.
doing together with Andy. So basically I want to have them as sort of like memory for or like collectible sort of card. Like you can imagine if it would be like football team, and we have our
Hmm.
own
Hmm.
players, and we are sort of minting the collectible cards of our
Yes.
emerging football players, in this case the artists. And
Yes.
then maybe in the beginning they didn't have many followings, had trouble selling, but then after a couple of months or a year, they could be worth something. So it has, and especially in the NFT space, it's quite dynamic. So the first one that we are doing with Naila, which was first exhibition that we have in Art and Coffee, and well, she wasn't known. She hasn't sold anything at that time. I actually bought her first NFT from her, and yeah, so she just started like everyone else from zero, and that
She's booming now.
no, she's actually quite famous in the
Yeah.
Gen Z community,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
we are minting these collectible cards, and I tried to do something creative with the pricing. So basically, what we are doing is that there are two editions. The special one, which is like Founders, which is a little bit better. It has it's full color. It has also message, a handwritten message from the artist, from Naila, so it's nice. And there will be 4 editions of those. I will get one, Naila will get one, Andi will get one as the artist that designed it, and one will be auctioned. The auction will be for 1 month. The biggest bid wins. And then there's the standard edition, which is a little bit like more basic. It's black and white because it's like a sketch, so it actually looks pretty good. That was the original idea. We wanted to do it just black and white, and then we added color, and it was actually even better. So we created like these 2 cards. Yeah, so that's that, and we are doing drops of 5. So we started at 0.001, 0.01, which is like $20, and which is quite low, especially when Naila is quite known, and there's a lot of people that supports her and that supports the gallery. It sold out quite fast in like 1 hour. And now today, in like 1.5 hours, we will be doing second drop.
I want clapping noises, dude.
Yeah.
Imagine clapping noises.
We need yeah, I need to get some soundboard. Yeah, soundboard.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, dude. That's dope, and congratulations to Naila. Well deserved.
Yeah, she actually bought one because she didn't want it to wait for the special edition.
Oh no, that's how it works, bro. You gotta invest in yourself, dude. That's how it works.
Yeah. So, yeah, we don't want to keep it that low. We just will be increasing it. So first drop was like 5. Another drop, every drop will be 5 additional artworks. 5 additional of these cards. They are the same. They just have a little bit different metadata. It's different drop, but they will be more expensive. So the second drop will be...
So you're doing a curve, basically. You're doing the curve.
Yeah.
And why do you think that, compared to other collections that don't do the curve, what do you think is the benefits for those who are thinking about doing the curve versus not doing it? For example, my collection, the Babs, doesn't have a curve at all. So that's an example of one without a curve. What do you think is the difference between those?
Yeah, it's an experiment, but what I hope to get from it is a combination of 2 effects. One is that there are these different drops. So currently, like I have minted 1 NFT a long time ago, then some others I burned like 4, and one was sold 4.1, but it was minted like my gallery was like minted. And yeah, so that was the only one, but like no one knows the collection. So I wanted to start really slow and small. So ideally it sells out. So I get some like confirmation that what we are doing is worthy, and it gives value to the collectors. Then I want to like I could give them for the same price again, like 0.001. But I think that, yeah, I actually not sure what the fair price of the artist card is. So I'm sort of like looking.
We never know, dude.
Yeah. So I'm sort of looking at it this way. Yeah, and then the second drop, if it will sell, then basically all those people that bought from the first will be like 150% plus. And because it's minted on Matic network, then there are no fees. So even with this very small amount, they will feel good. And it goes as far as the last sale is going to be executed. And then we actually, this selling will last only for a month. And after a month, all the remaining editions will be burned. So no more, and no more will be minted. So only what was sold will be on the market. So sort of the market will tell what is the like right value, and all the collectors that bought except from the last drop will be sort of in the money. And then suddenly even the last drop will, I think, like feel good because they will not overpay because the curve will not go so steep at the end. They will not overpay and there will be no more to be bought. So I expect, and there will be new artist cards dropped for new artists, for other artists. So the collection will continue. And so for like particularly this like Genesis drop should be more valuable because it was first exhibition in the gallery and it was first artist card minted. So that's the idea.
Yo, dude, yeah, that's dope. So I get the point of doing the burning. You're rather creating the scarcity for the initial investors, so their investment grows in value based on the actual number of NFTs that are out there in the moment of the deployment. So that's very cool.
Yeah, I'm like trying to create on one hand sort of hype, but at the other hand, I want to give everyone opportunity to buy. You know.
Yes, that's hit that balance right there. It's not easy.
Yeah, so I'm basically like, if someone would, if people would like to buy, I don't know, 1,000 of them, it will be like crazy on my side because I will have to drop them by 5 still.
We'll deal with those collections later. I got
yeah, but I don't think that we will get that far. But like theoretically, it's possible. Like there's no top limit on number of those minted. There's just this time limit of the of the 1 month. And then there's actually one other cool thing about the special edition. I'm not promoting it right now very much. It's minted there in the collection, so people can see it. But I'm not promoting it too much because actually the standard edition will do the work like for me because now I will be like by creating these steps, I will be able to find like the market price for the standard edition without needing the secondary market because it might take some time for the secondary to really go. And so I will find the price point where people are willing to buy the standard edition, and when it stops, which should be much sooner than after 1 month, then I might start promote the special edition because it should be like at least the same price. Maybe like double or triple probably of the standard edition. So it's like connected like that. So so that's the idea. We'll see how it goes.
I think it's all about doing experiments, to be honest. So like, I think everybody starts with the experiment, and I mean the ones that are not trying to copy something that is already done. Like for example, for you guys that don't know this, but all contracts are public. NFT is based on the Ethereum blockchain, so it's totally decentralized, and all contracts that are put there are literally open for grabs. So you can go check whoever you want, the apes, the craniums, the alien boys, whoever you want. You can go check them out. And a lot of these, it's part of doing the research for our own project. A lot of these are just kind of what they call copy pasta. They just grab this, put it here, grab the other one and put it here and slap it on there, and then you get a bunch of these collectibles are popping up, and a lot of people are not buying into them because the NFT space is maturing, especially because of these influencers that have been since the start in 2017. They've been teaching people about fake collectors and all these sort of things, and so a lot of people are not buying into NFTs like right away unless they can go into the code itself, or they can go and see that they have a structured roadmap, that it makes sense and whatnot. So that's something for everybody that is looking to start making larger collections that involve more mechanics like burning tokens and whatnot. That you can go check out other projects just to learn, and it'll help you build up that right there. One thing about the burning that interests me as well is that on your case, you are doing the burning yourself. Most cases, the people do the burning themselves. So they purchase 20 or 40, and then they burn, a half of it, and they stay with it, and they just opt the collection itself, the power of the price of the collection, the floor price. They just opted because they
Hmm.
invested in burning
Ah,
tokens.
cool.
Yeah, your technique is super interesting because you are actually doing that for the community. So that's super dope. It's different.
Yeah, yeah. Like in ideal case, I would probably like it would be set it in a way that I wouldn't need to burn it. That would be
Right.
just the ones that need to be minted would be minted at that time, but then the other mechanics wouldn't work. So yeah, but basically the idea is that like after this month period, there will be no like you can't buy anything on the primary market.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, like I think one of the collections did that as well, but they did it through their website, so they started the minting,
Hmm.
and then they just paused it right in the center. They just stopped it just to make people go crazy. I'm not sure if it was the craniums or the or the alien boys, but they just kind of stopped it right there, and I think they reopened it a couple of hours after and whatnot. So
Right.
there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of create that hype and generate scarcity. So scarcity is very important because it's what cryptocurrency it's basically based on is the idea and this might be I don't know, this is my opinion. It's not what I'm not saying that this is a fact, but crypto is basically worth its weight based on its social media status, if you can say.
Yeah.
uh, how famous it is in social media dictates the power and the purchase power of these crypto coins. So it's kind of it just you just went overboard with social media interaction and at this point.
Yeah, well, it seems so, but let's see. Maybe it's going to be even more crazy with voice coming and yeah, all these other new cool
I
stuff.
really hope that the market is gonna. So I've been listening to these Twitter Spaces.
Mhm.
It's sad that they're like at 2 in the morning for me because I'm in the other side of the world. But I try when I'm awake, I try to join in and listen to and you got most of the large influencers in there talking about what they think about the NFT space. And these people like they don't I don't know if they know, but they create waves. They what they say matters to the point that I've seen collections halt selling just because an influencer just posted something. I think that happened with the Jetties. Even though they sold out, somebody said something about their resolution, and in the secondary market kind of crashed.
Yeah, yeah,
I haven't checked if they picked up, but it's crazy. One tweet it just blows you away. So for me, that is like you want to have your project, do the best you can. Artific mentioned that if you can't do, one of those large collectibles, 10,000s and whatnot, because you don't have the means and whatnot, don't try to push that. Do what you can do and do it like super nice. Do it right. That for me, I think it's what most of these collectors purchase. They purchase the artist. They you can see when an artwork you put love into an artwork. You can notice that, and and I think that's kind of one of the biggest points behind any of the collections that you're gonna try to build.
yeah, yeah. I think absolutely, and like particularly like many people artists joined the this crazy NFT space and sort of maybe a little bit forgot that they are artists and why they actually joined why they are artists, because it just sucks you, and the focus is on like selling and on the money, where
Right.
it's usually the last thing for the artist to think about. So
Yeah. I
I
love to read roadmaps in the websites because of that. That's one of the things I love to read in the. I go to any collection I find. I scout collections and I go like, let me see the roadmap. And like seriously, there's one that says if we sell 60%, I'm gonna buy myself a Lamborghini. It's like, motherfucker, what the hell, dude? Like, and they're gonna sell. This is the thing. I think they would sell because of that, because the NFT space is kind of it's half upside down. You got the weirdest priorities, but I have hope that with some of the newest ones that I see coming that actually want to reinvest back into the NFT community, those are gonna level the play, and then those are only seeking money are gonna be left top. They're gonna just be dropped.
yeah. That's the money part, but there's actually even like happiness part,
Yeah,
because
share the cake, dude.
yeah, because like when you were in school and you were deciding what to do, and maybe and if you wanted to be an artist and really committed to that, then you probably like you were going into it not because you wanted Lamborghini. You said like, okay, I can live without Lamborghini, I can live without a lot of material things, but the creation, the creativity, I really love this, and this is what I want to do.
Right.
So then you like made this sacrifice, and no, there's opportunity. Okay, I can actually make money from doing what I love, but maybe if,
Mm-hmm.
I feel that maybe some people then sort of see, okay, like these things sells, so I will do this sort of art because it sells.
Yep.
And then where is like the happiness for you, because then you are sort of like selling out to job in art,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so you could get a good paying corporate job and probably had shorter hours, more money, and more
Yep.
appreciation from your peers. So
Yes.
if you want to sell out good. Not
Yeah, if you're gonna do it for real money, bro. Just
yeah, exactly.
don't go halfway. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. I
yeah.
totally agree. Well, in my case, I mean, for me, NFTs collectibles in general kind of open a door for me because the art style that you that you use for collectibles is the art style I used to do as a kid. It's like that kind of toony kind of comic or comedy style. It's kind of trying to reach that meme state. And for me, that's kind of my natural art. And that's why I said, you know what, I'm gonna venture into collectibles. Not because they're making money, but because it's the art style that I enjoy. Like if you'd seen artwork that I did, 10, 15 years ago, it would literally be something similar to the apes or the craniums or something like that. That kind of sketch style idea. And I think when that's something that you want to do, you want to find that specific art style that makes you happy and go for it. I don't think there's right now collectibles are hot, but in the future, I believe non-financial advice or prediction, but I believe one ones are gonna be the top. One collections from artists that did something for the community, that their work rippled out of the NFT community into the crypto, into the real world, and had real world consequences. For example, something my wife mentioned to me this afternoon was, so you know what, I like if we actually do make significant money with the collections that you're building, I want to take some percentage of it and I want to build vertical farms all around different countries that don't have food, because we have that technology, we know how to use it. We just She just wants to invest into the real world from the digital the digital financial sphere, which is a lot more money than there is actually in the real world. So
Yeah.
I think like we need people that want to bring all this power and kind of spread it to all
Yeah.
those that don't have it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's brilliant way how to close it up because we are already a little bit over. But
Yeah.
I think it was great talk. So
So
perfect.
we were kind of late also. So
Yeah. That's true.
all right. So let's close it up.
Yeah. So see you guys next time. Bye.
All right. Cheers, it's.